an investigation that began in Las Vegas was moved to Pata. In Pata, the investigation is assigned to the Judge Tamburino. With the start of the first investigations, Tamburino understood that the discovery was not to be underestimated. Between plotters there was General Francis Nardella. From 1962 to 1971 he headed the Office Psychological Warfare in the headquarters Allied Base NATO in Verona. Between plotters there was also his successor, Lieutenant Colonel Angelo Donizetti. There was finally Lieutenant Colonel Amos Spiazzi. On March, the inquiry made a qualitative leap. An important conspiracy member, Roberto Caballero, began to collaborate. Some admissions of Colonel Amos Spiazzi and Roberto Caballero allowed the magistrate to start the outline of a plot, composed of civilians and military. Tamburino named the plot Rosa di Venti, point of compass or rows of lines in American language.
Rows of lines operated within the security organizations of NATO and the symbol was the same as that of CIA. It represented the armed wing of a political strategy that pursued the transition, in Italy, from the First to a Second Republic. The financiers of the movement were the engineer Piaggio and the lawyer D. Marchi.
Piaggio, based in Pontevedra, Pisa, Italy, encompasses 7 brands producing scooters and motorcycles. As the 4th largest producer of scooters and motorcycles in the world, Piaggio is all-world famous for the single-model motor scooter named Vespa.
The conspiracy member, Roberto Caballero, revealed that in a meeting took place in the Vicenza area, he met with the financier Michel S. and the UNA. The 4th phase of the Project Subversive, deployed through the rows of wings, provided the Golpe and elimination of ministers.
The government tried to prove that Rows of Lines was fascist paramilitary organization, and minimize or hide the situation. The investigation moved from Pata to Rome court and it was merged into the Borghese Golpe trial. But Tamburino, shortly before losing the investigation, he arrested the head of SID, General Vito Missili. The accused was, having promoted, formed and organized a secret association composed by military and civilian. During the investigation, in 1974, it comes out, another attempted coup planned for the summer, the Golpe Sagno. The situation was so serious that the defense minister Giulio Andreotti asked General Moletti to collect and deliver adequate documentation on the subversive activities of the previous years.
Then, Andreotti changed suddenly a dozen general and admirals in order to prevent another coup d'etat planned for the 10th of August 1974. This coup was named Golpe Sagno. For the changed situation the Golpe was not activated. In September 1974 Andreotti commanded SID to communicate to the court the information available to the service. The SID sent papers relating to the Borghese coup, Rosa di Venti and Sagno coup. It was finally sent material collected by the Department P, at that moment considered integral. Immediately, it was evident that the service had followed, from the beginning, Front Nacional and there was described contacts with the leaders of Ordine Nuovo. In Initially the investigation on Cusogno were made by Judge Violet in Turin. Then, as Curosa di Iventi, the investigation was moved to Rome Court and was merged into the Borghese Golpe trial. The plan was a draft military emergency, in order to assign to Carabinieri armed power in Italy. It was about to be implemented in the summer of 1964. It may be considered like a coup d'etat.
The plan was originated along with other secret military projects. It was created to respond to possible conducted subversive. It runs through a clandestine network, already created by organizations and structures such as Stay Behind. Facilities coordinated by NATO through SAPE men infiltrated into Command's FDASE. In June 1964, the traditional military manifestation had been performed by a number of military extraordinarily higher than usual after the parade. However, citing reasons of logistics, the General Command announced that troops flocked to the capital for the celebrations there would be retained until the end of next month. In Rome also arrived paratroopers and special forces. Military moved to Milan and Rome in great secrecy and strictest confidence to be prepared in case of implementation of the plan so that able to occupy the premises immediately rated. The plan was still to occupy even police headquarters, parties and so on.
In 1969, the men, who in 1964 had participated in the Piazza Solo, went into action in front of the new communist threat, with a new strategy of revolutionary war unorthodox.
It had started the strategy of tension. The greatest exponent of this civil war was General Adriano Giulio Cesare Magi Braschi. The operating arm of the strategy of tension was formed by Ordine Nuovo and Avanguardia Nazionale.
The strategy of tension provided through a series of attacks and massacres, to declare a state of emergency, dissolve the parliament and to go to the military power. Ordine Nuovo was a subversive Nazi-fascist movement. It was divided on a Padua director, Francofila, and on another Roman part left parenthesis Stefano Delcia. It had developed its basic strategy in a crucial meeting on April 18, 1969 in Padua. Other important members were Delfo Zorzi, Arzignano Vicenza, Paolo Molan, Carlo Maria Magi. Cesare Magi Braschi descended from a noble family Neapolitan. He died on May 22, 1995. Graduate in Germany in social psychology, is also specializes in public opinion in France. For this reason it was called, in the years 1960, to play continuously lessons at the Perugia University. The strange is that, in 1974 the trial was moved from Milan to Catanzaro.